David Cameron, the con man. I think that's a good takeoff for this video. David Cameron, the con man. And he is a con man. Who is he trying to fool? He's banging his head against a brick wall all that time, for all those many months. Then, he went to Brussels to seal the deal of what Britain would get, what concessions Britain would get from the European Union. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're waiting with bated breath. Then suddenly, David Cameron comes out with these stupid ideas that the EU have said that they'll give us. But they're stupid. It's like limiting migrant benefits. I mean, the majority of migrants come here to work. But that's not the issue. Of course, obviously, I respect people who work hard, etc. But the issue is that for many years now there's been unlimited, uncontrolled migration, which is not just 50,000 a year, it's not even 100,000 a year. It is running into the 300,000 to 400,000 bracket per year. That is a huge amount. And think about how the UK is fast becoming the most densely populated country in Europe. And for many decades, it was always Germany. Well, I'm talking about the EU. It was always Germany that was the most densely populated country in Europe. But Britain is set to overtake Germany very shortly. But putting aside people, those who come here to work, you've got 5 school places, fund free healthcare, build new homes, slash wages for all the British workers. Who cares? There's some pretty cheap labour scoundrels, and also basically fuck the British. That's what David Cameron thinks of us. Thinks of Britain. Fuck the British. He couldn't care less about Britain. Always rich Britain, mates, like bloody Lord Stuart Rose, who's head of the pro-EU campaign, keep Britain chained inside the EU. And I believe we are a principality within the EU. We're not the United Kingdom. We are the United Principalities. We are the United Principalities of England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. We pay tribute to the EU's King Juncker, who is an unelected bureaucrat who has the rule over 500 million people across the EU. But Juncker's empire does not stop at Bulgaria. He wants Turkey to be inside the European Union, a nation that massacred over 1 million Armenians in the Armenian genocide 100 years ago. And I still don't deny it. If you went to Turkey now in any library or school, or looked up on the internet, you would not find one shred of information about the Armenian genocide. And still, the Turks persecute minorities. I thought this was against EU law. Because part of becoming an EU member is to respect ethnic minorities. Fail. Respect human rights. Well, Turkey fails in that big time. Because if you criticise the Turkish president, or like draw a funny cartoon of him in a paper, and you'll get killed that paper, you could be sent to prison or fined heavily. In the UK, that doesn't happen. You always see mock cartoons of David Cameron, etc. You know what I mean? I mean, we've had press freedom for centuries, and yet the lefties and bloody stupid hacked off want to actually gag us. So they want to actually send us the same route as what the Turkish press is. But putting that aside, it's like I found that one. Equal rights for women fail. Yes, I mean, because women don't really get any rights at all. If you're a woman, you're supposed to respect your husband, and you're supposed to live sometimes by Sharia law. And, well, women are basically treated like second-class citizens in Turkey. Yeah. How's that for a lovely EU country? Also, Turkish education system is flawed as well. Many Turkish children are actually being taught in extremist Islamic schools that preach that the West is evil. It's like millions of Turks who wanting to actually come to the West for like massive pay rises, etc. And also, if Turkey joined the EU, what would stop 50 million Turks from entering the UK? Nothing. Absolutely nothing would stop them. Because we have no power. We've got open door. So, because the EU and Tony Blair, arsehole, actually, he actually closed down the UK border. So, absolutely no border. Our UK border is a bit like a thoroughfare, a bit like having a hole in the fence and letting the rats in. But anyway, it's just like, because obviously the whole point of a border is to protect national sovereignty. The majority of countries in the world have a national border to actually keep out the unwanted strays, etc., and terrorists and criminals. Because the EU, we have to take in criminals and rapists and paedophiles as well. Lovely. But anyway, yeah, so David Cameron's argument is flawed. And I can't believe who the hell wants to get an organisation that actually tells people not to use vacuum cleaners or tell farmers to chuck away millions of tons of fruit because they didn't look the right colour or it's a bit bengy in places. That's just stupid. Stuart Rose's keep putting in campaign will probably say like farmers receive massive subsidies. Excuse me, that subsidy has actually already come from the UK taxpayer. Our farmers would actually benefit from being outside the EU because they'll have less red tape. Also, agriculture will be able to be rejuvenating as well. You can actually build massive solar farms or bio farms, just ripping the British countryside. The only people who benefit from massive wind farms are David Cameron's mates, the rich landowners who make a fortune out of it. And there's local farmers around here who have refused to put local wind farms in their farms because they're actually thinking about the community. They're not thinking about their pockets, like David Cameron's mates. And also, it is scientifically proven that wind farms damage the ecological system and wildlife as well. So these green idiots who say, let's build more wind farms, well, you're not really helping the environment. And also, the wind farms are partly being blamed for all those whales being beached across the east coast of England. I know there's 6 so far, but how many more will there be? And birds, other wildlife, think about wind farms. Wind turbine is massive and it vibrates a lot. And that can actually affect the movements of wildlife, etc. But aside from that fact, I think we should leave the EU as soon as possible, get our independence back, thrive outside the EU. We trade more outside the EU than we trade in. And I think Martin Schulz is basically crapping himself. He's just a stupid idiot who wants to actually get stupid change to the EU. And he's one of the EU commissioners. And basically he wants to keep us change the EU so we can actually just keep on pouring money down the drain. And it's a sad fact that we're actually spending our debt on being part of the EU. £505 billion so far has been wasted on the EU and more on EU membership and other things, well, like Brexit, etc. What a waste! £505 billion. That is a waste of money. And once we leave the EU, we'll be able to rejuvenate our culture, rejuvenate our fishing industry, which the EU has practically destroyed, and we'll also be able to kick out who we like. So if there's someone who wants to kill, if there's a idiot who wants to actually kill us and bomb us, we can deport him in 24 hours without fearing the UN Court of Human Rights. Sorry, the European Court of Human Rights, which is a joke itself. They're on the side of murderers, rapists, paedophiles and terrorists. They're not on the side of the innocent victims.